Well, good morning, everyone. We sure have a crowd today. How wonderful to see so many faces and friends that are familiar and have been longtime supporters. I'm Joanna Lake, the Public Affairs and Marketing Coordinator for the Community Action Council of Howard County. And before we get started, I wanted to take just a quick moment to recognize some of our valued partners that I see here in the crowd. Representing our federal delegation, we have Jessica Clayton, who is representing Senator Chris Van Hollen. We have Elliot Cook, who is representing Senator Angela Alsobrook. Kira Mahoney, representing Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth. From our mighty state delegation, I see Senator Clarence Lamb. Senator Gazzoni, thank you so much for being here. Natalie Ziegler, Delegate Ziegler. Delegate Pam Gazzoni, Delegate Jessica Feldmark, Delegate Vanessa Atterbury, and Delegate Teresa. From our Howard County Council, we have our esteemed County Executive, Dr. Calvin Ball, Liz Walsh, Christiana Rigby, Deb Young. Community Action Council's Board of Directors, we have a very unique board. In case you did not realize, by law, we are required to have 1/3 community partners, 1/3 legislators, and 1/3 individuals that we serve or who have lived experience. So representing our board today, we have our board chair, Reverend Robert Turner, our vice chair, Tonya Aikens, Bill Howard, Rebecca Ehrlich, Shauna Frazier, Michael Ingram, James Lamont, David Nitkin, Oren Seltzman, Anita Shekels, Mary Beth Stakarowski, and Ms. Titaloa Tanimowo. Quick shout out to our community partners. I see our friends from the Chamber of Commerce. I see our friends from Office of Children and Families, Local Children's Board, Kim Eisenrock. We have representation from the Maryland State Department of Education Division of Early Childhood. I see Hudson Coastal, James Zoller, PJ Craig, who is an executive director of Community Action Council in Harford County. So she represents one of the 17 community action agencies across the state. Our friends from the Community Foundation and our friends from the Horizon Foundation. Thank you all so much for being here. I am now honored to introduce a dedicated thought leader, a true community collaborator, a strong advocate for our neighbors here in Howard County and across the state, the president of the Community Action Council of Howard County, Tracy Broccolino.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is a hoopty, huh? Thank God for the sun. It's not raining. It's a beautiful day. This is a history-making day, you guys. You are part of a history-making day for this community, for community action, and for this entire neighborhood. Thank you for being here. It is an honor to serve as the president of your Community Action Agency. I am pleased to welcome you to the groundbreaking for the Community Action Council of Howard County's Route 1 Corridor Campus. Thank you. The trees and grass around you will soon turn into a vibrant, accessible, dignity-based campus with critical services that will help this community and greater Howard County for years to come. We are quite literally standing on the cornerstone of opportunity. This Route 1 Corridor campus will house 2 high-impact services. It will house a modern, large Howard County food bank, because we know our sweet little Gerwig Lane has reached capacity with the 80 to 100 shoppers that we see a day. George here and Carrie can tell you, our sweet little place is just done, as well as a beautiful new early childhood education center that will educate our youngest learners starting at 6 weeks through pre-K, where they can get a strong foundation, get them ready for our great school system, and a foundation right here in their neighborhood. Together, these facilities will do more than meet just basic needs. They will nurture, build opportunity, and they will provide dignity for this community that has needed it for so long. We're proud to have started this project early with the investment of Howard County government and support from our local, state, and federal partners. We are incredibly grateful for the deep support from Dr. Calvin Ball, who made the opportunity to purchase this land possible. Thank you, my friend. This is the beginning of a deeper commitment, one to a community that has needed support for a very long time, and is one for the future of our whole county. I also would be remiss without mentioning one of our dedicated board members who's been committed to community action for a very, very long time, Bill Howard, who is our treasurer. I'll tell you a little bit more about how we landed upon here and why we are here in this corridor. But when Bill found out that we were looking in this area, we had looked at like 16 places before this, and for one reason or another, we were like, no, that's not going to work, or we would have to do this. It would take us 45 years to build there or renovate that or whatever. I mentioned it to Bill, and Bill contacted his friends at H&H Rock and said, hey, we're looking for this. And this beautiful, beautiful land that you are sitting on came to be, and came with our partnership with Dr. Ball, came into CAC's possession. So thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you. So today is more than just about a plot of land. It's about our neighbors. It's about our friend Maria. She is a single mom, and she works full-time at one of our urgent care centers. Despite having some college education and stable employment, Maria still struggles to make ends meet in one of the wealthiest counties in this nation. Her rent consumes most of her income, and feeding her children requires a careful balance between her SNAP benefits, visits to the grocery store, and visits to our Howard County Food Bank, where she can choose healthy food and foods that are best for her family. Her youngest is thriving in our early childhood education program, giving her peace of mind to remain stably employed and helping her build a stronger future. With access to our food bank and our other services, as well as keeping her child enrolled in our early childhood program, we are moving Maria from struggle to self-sufficiency. And that's what this new campus is all about. It's about meeting families where they are. CAC has decided to go to where families need us, and walking alongside them to the path of stability. To effectively mitigate poverty, we must understand the causes and conditions of poverty and how it shows up in the lives of our neighbors like Maria. That's why community action is so essential. It's literally our job to uncover those causes and conditions of poverty and to address them. That is the purpose of community action. As your community action agency, we have served on the front lines for 60 years in Howard County, whether it's keeping people housed, keeping their lights on, making their homes more energy efficient through our weatherization program here in Howard County and across the state. We are the largest provider in the state. We've also been educating children, our youngest learners, for free since 1979. And we have been addressing food insecurity. We were the first ones since the early 1980s, and it is a blessing to be able to do that here in this neighborhood. That's made possible through the Community Services Block Grant. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but the Community Services Block Grant is a capacity grant that allows community action to exist. And it also gives us rules that we have to follow. And one of those rules is to conduct every 3 years a community needs assessment. Our last one was done at late 2023, and the goal of that assessment is to say, what are the causes and conditions of poverty? And what we know they are is access to free and low-cost childcare, food, housing, and access to services like physical and mental health care. All of those things are going to be addressed right here on this corner. What we know is that the economic challenges in this county are very much concentrated along the Route 1 corridor. We have a very low poverty rate in our county. We're very blessed by that. But here on this Route 1 corridor, we see a couple things: a higher poverty rate and also a concentration of our farms schools. A lot of them are along this Route 1 corridor. Over a third of CAC's clients live here on the Route 1 corridor. So instead of asking these people to travel across town and figure out how to get to services where we think they should come, we're coming to them. This is why, through that community needs assessment and recognizing the longstanding need along this corridor and the needs of our clients, CAC's board of directors, after taking a look at that data, they said, enough. We will go. We will meet this mission. We will fulfill the mission of CAC of Howard County and the design of community action. And this is your call to action, my friends. This campus is not going to build itself for free, right? Our county executives, our state partners, our board of directors, our CAC staff has made their commitment right here today on this corner to this community, and we encourage you to make that commitment with us. Talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, let them know this is coming, and let them know how they can help. We need you and we need your help. We've already got our partners here. People are ready. You join us, please. In the next 18 months, this campus will be built, even amidst a season where we are facing headwinds against offering a hand up to our neighbors. You gonna stand with us? That's my question for you. Thank you to our board, thank you to our staff, and thank you to all of our partners for continuing to believe in CAC of Howard County, for believing in community action, and thank you for helping us lay the cornerstone of opportunity here along the Route 1 corridor.
Thank you, Tracy. I am pleased to introduce a leader who is deeply committed to ensuring that everyone in Howard County has the opportunity to live, work, and thrive. Our county executive, Dr. Calvin Ball.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. So, although Senator Gazzoni asked me to extend my 25 minutes of remarks to 30 minutes, I'm going to keep it to under 20. I am so glad to have a partner like Tracy Broccolino, someone who understands the importance of meeting people where they are, and as we climb, lifting, making it so that we are bringing the services to people and making sure that with dignity we see them for who they are and we love them. Because only through leading with love are we going to get through some of these most tumultuous times in our county, state, nation, world's history. And here we are today, embodying the true belief, the mission of community action. You see right here, a community coming together in action for our neighbors, in action for our future, making it so that we are not only feeding the body, the minds, but the souls of our current and future generations. And so I'm so honored to be your county executive, a partner with the Community Action Council, our state, and so many other community leaders who recognize this is not an obstacle, this is an opportunity. We will make sure that we transform the trajectory of so many lives toward a better, brighter future for all. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Ball. I am pleased to introduce Senator Guy Gazzoni, a steadfast advocate for Maryland families and a leader in making community action stronger across our state. His efforts have helped secure critical, sustained investments that strengthen the services our communities rely on most. Senator?
Good morning, everyone. Tracy, wow. Dr. Ball, wow. I don't think I'd tell anybody in this group here how special a day this is, how special a project this is. 60 years, I've had the benefit of representing this corridor for quite a while now, and it's needed work. This is real work. This is real stuff. It's going to change lives, and I'm just really proud to be here with members of our delegation, members with all of you, quite frankly, to help make this happen. This last year, I introduced a bill. Hold on a second now. It's Senate Bill 666. Now, I did not pick that number. However, that number is representing, I think, some real hope and goodness in this community across the state. For years, interestingly enough, there was never a dedicated source of money for the Community Action Council's operating money, which was flexible, that they could do things with and make things happen in their communities that made sense in their communities. And now we have it. We passed it, the governor signed it, and it will hopefully start a long line of commitment to making community actions, all 17 of them across the state, to give them all opportunities to help build facilities such as this. Important moment, special moment, lives are going to be changed. You all, everyone here, grateful to all of you, grateful to be part of this community, because I think there are statement buildings, there are statement actions like this one today that says this is who we are. This is Howard County, and we should all be proud, and we should all keep digging in and doing what we need to do. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Senator. It is my privilege to introduce Jessica Kleitman, who is representing United States Senator Chris Van Hollen, who is a staunch supporter of early childhood education, food security, and strong communities that continue to shape a brighter future for all of us. Jessica?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Joanna. Thank you, Tracy, for having me, County Executive. I just want to start for 1 second by saying how much I really connected with the words that you said, Tracy, and the mission of this project to meet people where they are. As a social worker, which is what I am when I'm not working in politics, or maybe both, that's the first thing we learn, and I think the most important thing we learn in our social work education. The other one being, in my opinion, how to say, I don't know when I don't know, but I'll get back to you. And that works in both fields. So thank you so much for that. I also want to acknowledge my colleague, Elliot Cook, here representing Senator Also Brooks, as well as my colleague, Kira Mahoney, who you'll hear from in a moment, representing Congresswoman Elfreth. We all do this work together. So those are my words. Now these are the words from your United States Senator Chris Van Hollen. So I'll be speaking in his voice, which is, can be a little awkward, but you're used to it, I think, by now. I regret that I can't join you in person, but I'm grateful to the Community Action Council of Howard County for all you do for our community. Today's announcement is big news for Howard County families. With federal funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, as well as other sources, you'll be able to expand your existing food bank and early childhood education services to families throughout Howard County, particularly here, along the Route 1 corridor, where CAC has determined that nearly 1/3 of your constituency resides, meeting where they're at. It is evident that there is a large demand by families for healthy food and quality, affordable education, but there are many barriers to meeting those needs, as we all know. Providing these essential services where they are most needed will make them more accessible and support struggling families across the community. I appreciate the research and thought that CAC put into the decision to bring services directly to the people. The Route 1 corridor campus is not just a construction project. It's a reflection of our shared values: dignity, opportunity, and prosperity. For more than 60 years, Well, you mentioned that. The Community Action Council of Howard County has responded to the evolving needs of Howard County by meeting people where they are and helping them move forward into lasting self-sufficiency. These programs are supported by the Community Service Block Grant, which Tracy talked about, which, like many social services, is in jeopardy under the current administration, and yet is so important to helping our communities thrive. In the Senate, I worked with my colleagues on the Appropriations Committee to provide robust funding for the Community Services Block Grant in fiscal year 2026 Senate bill, and I will continue to fight to get this critical funding across the finish line. Now more than ever, Maryland families will be turning to community organizations like yours. We know that access to nutritious food isn't just about hunger, it's about health, and access to early childhood education isn't about school readiness, or only, it's about long-term economic mobility. This new campus will connect services in a way that supports the whole person, from the youngest children to the oldest caregivers. To the wonderful team at CAC of Howard County, I have seen your work firsthand, having visited not just once but twice, and seen toward both the food bank and the early childhood education center. And I know that the Community Action Council will be an excellent steward of these federal funds, just as you are excellent caregivers of our families, including our youngest children and our future leaders. Thank you for what you are doing here. It is what we owe to our families and what we owe to our future. Thank you once more to everyone who helped make today possible. Chris Van Hollen.
Thank you, Jessica, for those remarks from the Congressman. Senator. Okay, I am pleased to welcome Kira Mahoney on behalf of Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth, who is a strong voice for Maryland's working families. We are grateful to her leadership and continued support of investments that strengthen our communities. Kira.
Hi everybody, thanks Joanna. As Joanna said, my name is Kira Mahoney, representing Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth. Though the Congresswoman cannot be here this morning, I feel very grateful to be here because the two of us actually got to visit their Columbia Early Childhood Education Center and their food bank last August and heard about this amazing project, so it's just so cool to see the groundbreaking come to fruition. But without further ado, I have a congressional citation, so Certificate of Congressional Recognition presented to the Community Action Council of Howard County in celebration of their brand new Route 1 Corridor campus and in appreciation of their tireless work improving the lives of families across our community through expanded access to services and care. Sarah Elfreth, Member of Congress, on this day, the 26th of September, 2025. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Kira. I am pleased to introduce our last, but certainly not our least speaker, Jackie Scott, who is the Director of Howard County Department, Community Resources and Services. Her leadership exemplifies what it means to serve with compassion, collaboration, and purpose. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'd first like to say thank you to Dr. Ball for your vision and your leadership in making this project possible. And thank you, Tracy, for your determination, your courage, and your commitment to serving our community. Absolutely, par none. Thank you so much. What we're doing here today is not just about constructing a building. It's about compassion. The groundbreaking is about real people. It's about real families and real lives. From our work at DCRS, we know the need in this Route 1 corridor very well. It is significant. What you see here is what happens when community come together to respond to an important need. We are united by a shared purpose right here on this site. And while no single agency department, or individual can do this work alone, this campus is a bold and essential start to something great. It is a catalyst for hope to so many, because when we collaborate, when we partner, we build something far greater than ourselves. This campus is a demonstration of our commitment to action, and you've heard that today. It's not just what we say, though, but what we do together for the people who call this corridor home and call this county home. This campus is truly a gift. Our human service agencies are working together and deeply committed to serve the whole person and the whole family across the lifespan. From infants to our elders, everyone deserves to have access and opportunity, support, and connection. At this campus, there will be no wrong door. Whether someone walks in seeking food, early childhood education, or wraparound services, they will be welcomed with dignity and compassion and connected to resources that will help them thrive. So speaking of food, I am so excited because of the need here that CAC's client choice model will be housed right here in this corridor, in this neighborhood. The model will allow neighbors to select healthy, culturally relevant foods that meet their family's needs, because dignity through choice really matters. This is not, thank you. This is not just about nutrition. It's about respect. It is about empowerment and belonging. When we invest in our neighbors and our neighborhoods, we all benefit. Our schools get stronger, our workforce grows more resilient, and our communities become more connected in a really important way. So let today be more than just a celebration. Let it be a call to action for all of us, a moment where we recommit to showing up, working together, and lifting up every neighbor who calls Howard County home. The groundbreaking is not the finish line. It is, in fact, just the beginning. And together, I am confident that we are just beginning something special and something great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Well, as we close out our program, I want to thank each one of you for joining us on this momentous day. Seeing all of you here is a true testament to the power of partnership, shared purpose, and community-driven action. The work ahead is going to take all of us, including our architects, Michael Graves, who I know that team is out here, but it's going to take all of us together, laying the cornerstone for dignity, opportunity, and lasting change. Thank you all so much for joining us today. At this time, I would ask our speakers, our elected officials, and our board members to gather behind our ceremonial shovels for a photo to commemorate this meaningful and symbolic groundbreaking.